Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Transport Fever! I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the great American plains, where hopefully you can see my mouse cursor. I'm aware that for the last while, not every video I've done has displayed the mouse cursor. This one should, because I'm not recording it with Fraps. I bought a license for Bandicam. I've set it up and I want to test it because it's going to give smaller file sizes than Fraps whilst maintaining the quality that I usually get, more or less. And I just kind of wanted to test it out for a multitude of reasons. So hopefully all goes well and you can actually see my mouse cursor and the file size is smaller and the video doesn't look like garbage. Hopefully. Oh boy, are we gonna find out together. Anyway, today I would kind of like to just keep making money. We're already sitting on a fairly considerable amount at the moment, and if I'm not mistaken, the train that carries the food has just pulled up over here. It's full and is now heading back towards Chicago with a considerable amount of food on it. Which is beautiful news, because we're currently bringing all sorts of stuff from the farms here to the Santa Rosa food processing plant. It's being turned into food, and we're making several $1 million per year, which is beautiful news. So what I'm thinking is, well, two things. Number one, I want to start moving more bricks, and I want to start moving more steel, and I want to start moving more stone, and I want to start moving more tools, and more coal, and kind of more everything, really. Obviously, when we get bigger trucks, we're not going to need to worry too much about having more trucks, but what I want to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to buy road vehicles. We're going to get the Mack AC, we're going to go for coal, and we're going to say we'll buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So set, 4, 5. We'll go 5. Set 5 new trucks on the coal line just there. All right. Then what we want to do is go for steel and buy 1, 2. Wait a minute. Why did I buy the Mack? Why did I buy the Mack? No. Oh, God, no. Why? Why did I buy the Mack? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's the Ford is what I want. Why did I buy the Mack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those for steel, and they are going to move the steel. We're going to have to go in and get rid of those Mack AC trucks, because those is not necessary, basically. Actually, you know what? I think we might be okay, because I put them on a line that hasn't upgraded yet. Nailed it. That was a test. There was a test to make sure you were all paying attention, is what that was. Oh, man. Okay. So let's get some trucks on the slag line as well. We'll bring that down a little bit. Actually, let's do stone first. So let's get the stone one sorted. So stone is going to be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and set them on the stone line just down there. So there we go. We have a couple of different vehicles on the stone line. It's now much more frequent. The tools line does need more vehicles as well, though. Tools is down here. So let's get a couple of those on the go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And set those on the tools line, which is right there. So that should be fine. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to buy a couple more vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to set those on the farm line. Just there. So we have a lot of vehicles that are now on that farm line taking goods back and forth. Which is exactly what we're wanting. So they're all heading out. They're going to do their thing. Oh, look at this old beat up thing. How old are you? Road vehicle, 17 years old. Good lord. Automatically going to replace with that, which is beautiful. So yeah, we have a bit of a convoy moving out there because some of the vehicles are quite old. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through and I'm going to start upgrading some stuff. So, oh, what have we got? What have we... Ooh, hello, hello. Whatever you are. What? I don't know what that is. I have no idea, but we'll not worry too much about that. What I want to do, though, is I want to go to the brick line, and I want to upgrade it. So we're going to get this. We're going to replace now. It's going to be almost 500,000, but that's fine. We're going to replace the brick line, and we're going to immediately replace the coal line as well, so that those get upgraded. The iron to steel thing probably needs some work as well. Probably needs more vehicles is kind of what I'm getting at there, but we'll replace those. The logs line is going to be upgraded as well. Again, kind of expensive, but should be worth it. The machinery line, we are going to replace immediately. The planks line, again, replace immediately with the Ford, and the slag line as well, replace immediately with the Ford. And then we just have the stone line and the tools lines, which need replaced too. Hopefully not going to be too expensive. So replace all of those. And yeah, we're replacing all of the vehicles in that line, even the new ones. That's kind of silly, but we're all right. And replace all of you as well. So there we go. All of our vehicles are being replaced. All of the goods vehicles are being replaced, which is beautiful. The Chicago to Elgin line is actually set to replace. It just currently isn't. Gonna replace all of those as well. 930k is a lot of money, but I want to get all of my vehicles upgraded to be faster. The faster the vehicles, the better, because the quicker things get around. But I'd also like to try and get us to a point where we can maybe have 2 trains on the food line, because it is making us some serious cash right now. If we have a little look, the food line, 3.2 million. Obviously, the passenger line's not so much. The passenger lines are actually kind of suffering at the moment, which is a real shame. But even so, I mean, the food line is doing some ridiculous stuff for us. Maybe we need to rework the passenger train lines a little bit. That might not be a terrible idea, to just sort of look in and see what we can do with the passenger train line. But I think we'll pay attention, we'll pay close attention and see what we end up doing. Now, you are one of the coal trucks coming in there. You're going to be one of the iron trucks. You are a steel truck. I love seeing all the little trucks going around. I really do. Would be nice to get a couple more slag trucks over this way. So let's maybe look into that line a little bit, because I didn't really pay attention to it. Yeah, slag only has 3 trucks. So a couple of these guys right here, set it to slag. And the color, I believe, was that dark purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Yeah, we'll do 5 of them. We'll set those on... Ooh, the Douglas DC-3. New train, the Zurich. The streamlined coach, New Mexico. Not bad. Right, so the slag line's there, done to 59 seconds on the frequency. Perfect. Do we want to go for a plane yet? I've seen quite a few people that have said, hey, why don't you set up like a plane that goes from Santa Rosa all the way over to somewhere like Miami or Arlington or Modesto. The thing is, that's going to be a very, very one-way sort of thing, because no one's currently going to be going towards Arlington or Modesto. So what I might actually do is I might look into like some small production lines over here and see what we can do to start making some money. Because what we could do is, let's see, we could take oil from here to here, turn it into oil and fuel. Fuel gets consumed by Arlington, and then the oil gets turned into plastic. And then the plastic would get turned into, well, we need planks, which we could get from somewhere, because we do have a forest down here. Do we have a sawmill nearby, though? We have one up there. It's kind of far. Ooh, that's a bit of a pain. Even so, we could turn the logs into planks and then have it all turned into plastics. No, not plastic. Well, we actually we could do plastic. That is for sure. But we could then turn the plastics and the planks into goods, which would be consumed by Arlington, as well as the fuel that I was talking about. But alternatively, we could just keep it really simple and just have fuel get consumed by somewhere like Arlington. I mean, Arlington's population is 171, Modesto is 183, Tallahassee 164, Miami 188. We should see significantly bigger populations in Chicago. Excuse me. 842, beautiful. We're actually looking really good in the supply of these two things here. 842, 354, 348. Yeah, so the population on this side is much, much better. Durham, a little bit neglected, but we'll not worry too much about that. I don't know. I'm just... Oh, hello. I've just noticed this is flashing. What's up? Chicago Construction Materials Plant wants us to ship more items. Yeah, so basically the Construction Materials Plant is complaining that we are not shipping enough bricks, which means we need to go here. We need to get some of these. We need to say Construction Materials and make it like dark red or something. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and set those on the brick line. Another new train. Not bad. So there we go. We're going to start shipping more bricks up to Chicago, which is fine by me. But I do think I want to try and come up with some production line over here. I think having, you know, oil to fuel to Arlington wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not going to be an overly complex kind of production line. Do we have bridges anywhere? We have a bridge down here, which is good. Do we have a bridge up here? Yeah, we do. We could totally do a bus that goes from Lafayette to Miami. Like, we could totally get some bus lines up like that. What's the complaint? Oh, it's the construction materials plant. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I think I will set up a small sort of production line over here, though. So what we're going to need is one of these just in that spot. We're going to need another one. We'll go for a large one just up here. Say right about there. Then what actually consumes the fuel? The fuel is industry. So where roughly is the industry? Up here. Okay, well that's fine. So this would go right there, basically. Yeah, so that'll give us good coverage on the industry. So right like that. Which is fine. So this is in Modesto. So that's oil from Modesto to fuel in Arlington. So we want to set up a line, which is going to be that one. And that is going to be a truck line, which is oil from Modesto to fuel in Arlington, which is totally fine. And then we are going to do fuel in Arlington to Arlington itself. So again, another truck line, fuel Arlington to Arlington. Okay. So that right there should work by all means. What we are going to want to do is get ourselves a road depot though, because I really don't think it's going to be a good idea to have the trucks try and like drive all that way. And I think the depot can just go into Arlington, like right there. Should be fine. So what do we need? We're going to need trucks that can cart crude oil back and forth, which is fine. So buy a couple of road vehicles, go to here. We want the Ford Model 77, which can do crude oil and is going to do crude oil. We'll make it a black truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And that is going to be on the oil. I realize that should say oil, crude oil. We'll not worry too much about it, though. So, yeah, oil from Modesto to fuel in Arlington. And then we're going to need actual oil is the next one, not crude oil. And that's going to be sort of a dark blue. I don't know. 1, 2, 3 of those for the time being. No, it's a fuel one, isn't it? It's not oil I'm carting, it's actual fuel. So all of those need to be sold. We need to make sure it's fuel, not oil. which is there and is going to be like a sort of pinkish red color. 1, 2, 3 of those. Set those on the fuel line. Obviously going to be wasting money for a little while with those, but they'll pick up a little bit. Anyway, what we need to do is we need to go in and change the oil one to be C. oil. So it's crude oil rather than just regular oil. But they're actually heading down here already where there is some crude oil waiting for them. So that's going to be perfect. That's going to be a small production line over in Arlington, which means eventually if we want to go ahead and get ourselves any aircraft going this way, we're going to start having reason for people to go there, which is kind of important. Now, what I am noticing is we have a considerable amount of cash here. We've been making some good money for the last couple of years. We seem to have this train going there with a full load of stuff when there is 150 back here. Good Lord, this thing's going to town. So what I'm thinking is I want to duplicate this train. That's basically what we're going to do. Once this drops off 108 units of food to Chicago, we're going to go ahead and send it back to the depot, duplicate it, and put them both on the same line. Because I think that's going to be a beautiful thing to do. We do still have some complaints. The construction materials plant's still complaining about not enough stuff being moved. We'll get to that in just a second. So you're going to come in, you're going to get me 2.2 million, and then you're going to go back to the depot. So that's going to go back to the depot. I'm wondering if the production on this is just so ridiculously high that we maybe want to start taking construction materials to another city. Maybe we start taking construction materials to somewhere like Elgin or Grand Prairie. It's definitely an option. And I definitely don't think it would hurt. So what consumes construction materials? Industry. All right. So the industry is over here for this part. So what I think I want to do is I want to grab a medium straight, bring it straight down like that, obviously doing some damage to some local properties, but we'll not worry too much about it. Truck station is going to go in there, and that'll be fine. And that is going to be a new line, which is construction materials from Chicago, so brick Chicago, to Elgin, which is fine. So T, brick from Chicago to Elgin. Perfectly fine by me. So we're going to have 2 brick lines. So let's actually put a road depot down here as well. I'm going to start putting more road depots just around the place so that I don't ever have to have them go from too far away. So that can go right there. Buy some road vehicles. Ford Model 77. The construction materials, we'll go for a nice dark red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Set them on the brick to Elgin line. There we go. Now, what I do want to do before we let the simulation continue running is I actually want to make sure that these are all set to automatically replace. So, Model 77, fuel, done there. And the color, dark red. Actually, no, the color was more that, wasn't it? And automatically replace. Then, similar story with the crude oil line. Eventually, these vehicles, we're going to have to go through and change all of these eventually anyway, once we unlock a new type of thing, but for the time being, we're good. We'll go for a dark blue on the crude oil one and set it to auto replace. And the bricks one, similar story. We want to go for the Ford Model 77, doing construction materials, and dark red. So that's fine, automatically replace. The trains aren't actually set to auto replace. We should probably look into those. I realize that train line's not making anywhere near as much money as it should be as well. So maybe worth doing something about that. We shall see. Anyway, all of those lines are set up, so we should soon see construction materials go down to Elgin, which is going to be beautiful. This train is on its way back to the depot, so we can clone it and have 2 trains bringing food back and forth to, bringing food to Chicago. There's no back and forth involved. It is just, it's a one-way thing. It's food to Chicago. So it's going to pull in here. We are going to duplicate it, which is this button right here. So clone vehicle, 6.94 million. But they are all going to be set on the food line. So there we go. And I believe that line is set so that, yeah, they are going to fill up in Santa Rosa. This train's heading out to do its thing. Let me just pause real quick because I'm pretty sure we don't actually have any train signals here. So I want to signal there, just so that you know, that doesn't go straight out straight away. Probably also worth having a signal there and a signal there. So that train's going to wait for the next area to be clear, I believe. Actually, I'm not entirely sure why that's currently waiting there. Why is that waiting there? What are you waiting for? Waiting for free path. There is a free path. What are you... Huh. Okay. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be because the other train went that way first. I wonder if that's what's went a bit weird with that one. I guess we'll see. Either way, those trains are going to make us some really good cash. I'm really excited for this. So yeah, that one's not moving. I don't know why this one... Oh, it's because it has to go on the wrong side for a second. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Basically, the train has to be on the wrong side of the track for a moment. Just while it gets to where it needs to be. Wow, those were close. So that's going to head to Chicago. This train's currently heading down here. There's 302 units of food right there, so it's going to fill up no problem. So it fills up, it turns around, it's headed on the way. The other train is just now pulling into Chicago, so they're going to be set pretty nicely to sort of bounce off of each other in a way, at least for the initial run here, which is pretty exciting indeed. Now, if we have a look over this way, do we have fuel production? We do indeed. Beautiful stuff right there. So you're going to pick up a little bit of fuel, not much, admittedly. Not anywhere near as much as I'd like. So I'm curious to see how that line ends up going. There's actually a decent amount of crude oil production down here, so maybe what we need to do is increase the number of trucks. Definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. Also, good lord, there is a lot of... Wow, there's a lot of people wanting to go in the Chicago Loop. Are they... Yeah, Chicago Loop is super popular right now. Okay. That was kind of unexpected. What are we looking at here? 183 food. I guess that's going to happen when we have as many trucks coming back and forth as we do. Like, this thing here is super, super good. Like, production's 294, which is kind of nuts. So, feeling pretty good about that. A lot of people wanting to go from Salt Lake City. What are we going to do about... Oh, hello. Oh, it's January. It's January 1939. How are we looking for money? Pretty good. We are looking pretty good. All right, so here's my question. Why are the passenger train lines... Now, these lines here are not making money currently, but they will. I'm pretty confident they will start making money. The passenger train lines aren't making as much as I'd like. So I think that line is going to need revamped. I'm going to get those vehicles... Ooh. I'm going to get... Why can that one not get back to the depot? Oh, it's because it's facing that way. Okay, one of them's getting sent back to the depot. This one can head back to the depot when it's... Yeah, when it is done, you know, dropping off 55 people. I think we're going to get rid of those trains. We're going to replace them with something. I don't know what that something's going to be, but something. So you're going to pull in, you're going to make me 2.2 million. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. I really think that food line is doing some ridiculous things right now. So yeah, you're going to drop those people off and then back to the depot. So 666,000. I'm going to send them back to the depot, but what I also want to do is make sure that we have another train ready. So that one's being sold for 2.2 million. But we have this thing here, which is... I don't know. Is it electric? It is... Hold on. So we want to go... I mean, we have a lot of options. We have like this thing here, 18 passengers. But we have the Pioneer Zephyr, 52 passengers, 110 miles per hour. It is a pretty interesting train. This thing right here. Is it electric though, is my question. Diesel. It's diesel. So it's 5.08 million for a really fast train. 52 passengers, obviously not a lot, but what if we bought 2 of them? Or 3 of them? Let's buy 3. Let's take a risk. Let's buy 3 of these. 1, 2, 3 of them. Super risky business right now. But I want 3 of them. Set those on the passenger train line. And away they go. So we're going to see how that goes. That's a beautiful looking train though, I have to say. Really, really beautiful looking train. So we have room to move 150 people around here. Is basically what that is. So that one's got 7 people on board. They're gonna need to be staggered out a little bit, of course. They're not gonna be efficient from the get-go. But I think it's gonna be good to get some faster trains in here. I'm definitely thinking that that's going to be a real benefit. Like it's hitting 73 there, so it's much, much faster. The passenger lines are, it's a 3-minute wait time, which is exactly where it needs to be. 38 people on board that one. It's a beautiful looking train, I have to say. It really is a beautiful looking train, so I'm really excited to see how that goes. So many people waiting down here. 76 of them waiting to head to Chicago, so we're going to see some good stuff from that. But what I'm really excited about is seeing this train here take off. I'm excited to see it, you know, pick up a lot of people and just speed its way to Santa Rosa. Really, really keen to see that. So, let's lock onto it. And we're really going to get to see it go here. So, lock on. We'll move this so we can at least see the speed limit there. It might get stuck behind another train. That would be a problem, but... I mean, immediately we can sort of see what have we unlocked. Ooh. It's a tram, I think. But immediately, 65, 67, 60, 70... It is just a faster train than the ones we had before. And I really like that. That's really, really useful to have. Just a much faster train to get between those destinations. Really, really pleased with that. Really pleased. So it's going to drop those people off. That's going to be 1.1 million. Oh my god. I did not expect it to make that much. 52 people again. So yeah, that's going to make us some good stuff. What about this one? 46 people. That's going to be 785k. There's the other one coming in super quick. Admittedly 3 people. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe one of them could be sold. Maybe we sell that one. Because I don't think we need 3. I think 2 will be a really nice mix there. Also noticing this thing, even with the 2 destinations, still full of stuff, which is ridiculous. Elgin is getting a decent amount of construction materials, so they're going to be happy about that. Chicago is looking alright. Could probably use more machinery, that's for sure. But we'll get that eventually. How are we looking over here for production? Oh, wow. No, we've actually got a lot. We have a lot of fuel lying around. We could totally start bringing fuel from, like, Arlington and all that over to Chicago if we wanted. Because we have the infrastructure. We have got a cargo train station here. We can connect on the other side of it if we want to. So we just need to run a train line around, and we can do that. That is absolutely a thing we can do. I think we'll hold off, though. Let me just double check all my lines. Am I making money on all of them? I'm not making money on the slag line. That's a interesting sentence. But the rest of them I am. The food line making money. The passenger train line making money. Oh, do we want to go for a plane? I kind of do. I kind of think it could be fun because I've never made money from aircraft before. But who wants to use it? That's the question. Like, I don't actually know where it would need to go in an area to be efficient. That's kind of the problem. Also, it's a flat and a lot of land to be placed, but do we want to do it? Do we want to go for an airport? Does it matter who it affects? Oh, that's not going to really do much for anyone there. Oh, it is tricky, isn't it? It is real tricky. What if we put it like there? Like, I don't know if it needs to be at the end of a road either. Like, that seems a little bit silly to just have the airport right at the end of the road there. But I don't know. I think we might. 3.37 million. We have the money. Let's do it. It's a one-time cost. We're not immediately going to buy the aircraft, but we are going to buy the airport. So we have an airport there, and we are going to have an airport over in Arlington. I think that's going to be good. So the airport for Arlington is going to have to do some serious work to actually be put in here. What if we flip it the other way around? That is much cheaper. So that can go there. So there we go. We have two airports. We could have planes go back and forth from Santa Rosa to Arlington. But what I'm thinking is maybe we, for one, go ahead and add a... Oh, look at this proper tram station looking thing. Is that a modded thing? Have I still got like workshop stuff enabled? Because I might. I'm going to be honest. It's a possibility. I'm going to add a bus/tram station just there, I guess. And what I want to do is I basically want to go to the Santa Rosa loop. Just there. And after stop number 1, add that. Yeah, that works. So that's perfect. So that's fine. Do people need to get around Arlington? That's the question. I mean, I feel like the answer might be a no, but might also be a yes. I think we'll leave it as is for the time being. What I want to do is I want to make a line which is going to be from Arlington to Santa Rosa down here. So that's fine. And that is just going to be aircraft. So Arlington to Santa Rosa. That's fine. Do we want to buy a plane? Like, the thing with planes is they're super expensive. Like, they really cost a lot. Well, actually, 160,000 a year is not much. 8 passengers. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's buy 2 of them. Set those in the Arlington line. And let them go to town. We might as well. I rarely mess with aircraft in this game because I've never ever had them be profitable. So let's have some fun. Let's get a couple of Douglas, whatever they are, Douglas something DC-9. I want to say, I don't know. DC-3. Okay. Oh, we just got a coach. What was that voice? Oh, got really excited by that. I am actually kind of excited about that, to be honest. Right, Chicago Loop, you are going to be getting some replacement vehicles. You're going to be getting the twin coach. So that's going to be bright yellow, which is totally fine by me. And replace immediately. 1 million to replace all of those. Good lord. Chicago to Elgin, replace with the twin coach as well in that kind of blue color. Don't know what I just clicked on. Not what I wanted to do at all. Chicago to Grand Prairie, similar story. New coach in blue. Very, very blue there. Chicago to Lafayette, similar story. New coach in very, very bright green. Chicago to Salt Lake City is the new coach in a bit of a darker green. So like that. Okay. And then the Santa Rosa Loop, which honestly I think we could upgrade right away to the new coach in a very nice red color. Replace immediately, just like so. So there we go. Those are all going to replace. We should see... there it is. Look at that thing. That is beautiful. Absolutely love it. Santa Rosa has got the new coaches as well. Those are beautiful looking. I love the design of vehicles from just the 40s in general. I really, really do. I'm also somewhat aware of the fact that we are now burning money in the form of those aircraft because no one is going to use them. Let's be real. No one is currently going to Arlington. No one at all. What is this? So that's a quarry. What can we do with a quarry over here? Nothing. Like there's... Oh, wait. No, we can turn some stone into construction material over there. That's an option, I suppose. There's actually a couple of quarries around here. I'm real tempted to set up some long production lines just to get some work going over here, but I don't know if that's necessary at all. We could, again, set up a train that brings some fuel to Chicago. Very tempting. I think, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get a train that's going to bring some fuel to Chicago. So what we're going to need to do for one is actually upgrade this station to have a couple more tracks. Which a building will be removed. Alignment can look great. The terrain's going to be weird. That's a problem. I can't make the track longer. I could technically make it shorter. I don't think we want to do that though. That's a real big problem, actually. Second street connection, so we can't do that. That is actually kind of an issue. Oh boy. Unless we just have the trains wait, which we might have to do. We're only going to have one train on it anyway, so whatever. Let's bring this straight out for the time being. Just like that. And then we'll sort of double it up from like here. So it's gonna... Why is that too much curvature? There we go. So those are gonna double up there. So the trains may need to wait a bit before they can do their thing. But that's no big deal. As for over here, there's still only one track. You know what? I'm not going to connect that up to the rest of the thing. This is going to be a real long line, though. Because it needs to go all the way over to there for fuel. But that does give the fuel trucks time to sort of do their thing. So we'll see how this goes. So let's bring this line through here. We're going to try and spend as little money as we can. Because I really don't want to spend tens upon tens of millions on this whole thing. But it's going to be tricky because the terrain wants to raise up quite a bit. That's quite expensive right there, but whatever. It's a nice straight bit of train track, which is kind of the important thing. So the train can go real fast across all of that. Then come straight through there. Kind of expensive, but probably worth it. Then we'll go here, extending that way. And we'll do the whole thing going back, because we have a pretty good base there for everything else we're going to do. So that's all going to come along. This is all going to come along there. And this is all going to come around. We'll just do it in sections because the game starts getting real framey when you don't. So to there. All right. So that looks fine to me. That's going to be a couple of real nice fast sections of track, which is kind of what we're going for. In terms of freight stations, we're going to put a terminal station up here, I think. We could put it in Arlington, but I think I'd rather just put it beside this. So there's going to be a split. Some of the fuel that gets made is going to go to Arlington. Some of it is going to go to this station. Can I put the station like there and have it work? No. Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the butt to actually get that to work. We'll do that. That also needs the upgrade to high-speed rail, which is great. So do that and apply. And let's go ahead and get the track that we're going to need here. So it's going to come out there. And it's going to double up. So this is the right section of track that we're working with here. We're going to bring it sort of through like that. It's going to cut through the mountain quite interestingly. It's going to have to go... I really should have brought it in the sort of top way there, shouldn't I? Ooh. Oh, the Douglas DC-4. Not bad. So the track... Yeah, the track comes in there. So I should have really taken it up and around the top. Whatever. It's going to be fine. It's going to go to there. It's a big old train track we're working with here. It's going to take a pretty steep right-hand curve there. Not going as fast as it could, but it's all good. It's all good. So kind of out and around like that. Then I want to take it up past the top end of Arlington. And then curve it way, way out. I think we'll do a tunnel. I think a tunnel will be cool. So way out like that. Then it's going to have to go through this mountain as well, which is going to be a real expensive bit of tunnel. But something like that. And then, yeah, it's going to go right up along the top end of the map, basically. What is this? What's the complaint? Arlington Oil Refinery probably wants me to ship more stuff. It's kind of to be expected. There's a lot of stuff there to be shipped. So that's going to go to there. This is the right section of the track I'm working on here, I believe. I just want to remember that. You know what? We're just going to spend $1 million on this. That's fine. It's a long old section of track. It's going to come along here. And it's going to go... It's going to have to go under the mountain. Which is fine. 2.75 million. Let's do it. So that right there is a super long section of train track. Super expensive. But it's going to bring us fuel to Chicago. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be a really, really important thing. Because we're looking to grow Chicago as best we can. And this is going to help with that. So I'm kind of excited to see just what we can manage to do with this whole thing. And just what kind of money we can manage to make. Because if we go for like a super long train as well, like we are going to be set. We are going to be making so much money off these deliveries. So I'll just bring this over to there. 1.76 million on that one. And 390k on that one. The good thing, though, is just how fast this is all going to be. Like, these curves are obviously going to slow it down like 95 and 96 at most. But that's still quick. That's still a nice, speedy section of train. Then it can get back up to like 186 max in some of the sections as well. So it's not like it's going to be painfully slow. Which is really what we're going for. So I want to put a signal there. And I want to put a signal way over here. Just at that spot. So that the train may have to wait a bit. The train may have to wait like there as well to go into the station. So that's fine. We're using the one station for a couple of things. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's just going to have to be the way it works. The train comes in, does its thing. That's going to be good. So let's set up a new line. The line is going to be from Arlington going to Chicago, which is going to be a cargo train. So the line name is CT, and that is fuel from Arlington to... Oh, we got a couple of new trucks as well. Beautiful stuff right there. Fuel from Arlington to... Let's get this right. Arlington to Chicago. Okay. So we got a new boxcar as well. We might want to look into those. Let's have a little look. So... Oh, this train's in here. Sell it. And buy some trains. So if we look at the trains, we have things like the big boy, which is 11.6 million, but quite quick. Probably worth having. We have the old boxcar. We have the new boxcar, which is going to be super good. We're going to need to replace the boxcars on the food trains shortly. But we're also going to need to use the tank cars, which are going to be replaced in about 5 years' time. but that's, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. So let's get the big boy, which runs up until 1994, has a 40-year lifespan. Let's get it in like a nice dark red. 11.6 million, boom. Right there. And then, how much can we carry? So each of these does 12. So let's get a bunch of them. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No problem. Set those on the fuel from Arlington line. And away it goes. Why is it going that way? Oh, I know what it's doing. It's going that way because it's going to swap sides. Oh, no, I know why it's going that way. It has to go that way. No problem. So, yeah, that's going to head around that way. Oh, that's a cool looking train, I have to say. So it is currently on the wrong side of the track, which is fine because this one's actually waiting for it to pass. So that right there is actually totally fine. It's going to go straight through the station. And okay, so it's going to stop there. Then this train's going to be able to go. I think. Yes, that train cannot go. So you're on the correct side of the track. You're going to go do your thing. You can pick up some good speed. Looking forward to that. Now let's look into some of my cargo truck lines. This thing is still not making money. Cargo truck lines. So the brick line replacement is, oh wow, what have we got? So this right here, 13 coal, iron ore, stone. Oh wow, so we have trucks for specific functions. So you are going to be doing construction materials and in like a dark red. That's fine. So that's going to automatically replace. I'm not going to force replace them just yet. I'm pretty sure that vehicle is a lot faster though, isn't it? It is 37 to 25, so it's 12 miles per hour faster. I still think I'm going to hold off, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to stress about it. I think we're just going to wait for them to, you know, naturally get replaced. So you are going to be this thing right here, construction material in that dark red, which is fine. The crude oil one, similar story, except this one this time. Crude oil in, I don't know, dark blue, I think it was. No problem. Then we have the coal line, which I think is a different type of truck as well. I think it's the open back one. Yep. That's going to be coal. That's going to be, we'll go for like a gray on that this time. Just like so. So the coal line sorted. The farm line. Now that's going to be an interesting one. Because that's livestock and grain. Yeah. So the problem with that now is that we're not in a situation where only one of these trucks can do livestock. The other one, and one of them can do grain. That makes things real tricky. That makes things real tricky because I can't set two types of vehicle to one line, not automatically replacing anyway. So I think I might leave that one for the time being. Just for now, I think I might. Ooh. That really throws a spanner in the works there, doesn't it? We'll get back to that one. In terms of the fuel line, it's going to be a similar thing. It's going to be this one. It's going to be fuel. It's going to be that color. So that should be fine. Iron line is going to be the usual sort of darkish red, darkish sort of copper looking color. So iron ore, that one, and good to go. The logs line, how long do these vehicles last this time? Does that one do logs? That one does logs. Logs in sort of a darkish brown color, 25 years, that's fine. I think I am just going to go with a lifespan at this point. I don't think I'm going to stress too much about updating my vehicles right away, because I just don't think we need to. So that's going to be machines. That's going to be a black truck. Then we have the planks line, which I think is going to be the closed back one as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So planks in that color. And then we have the slag line as well, which is... Good lord, I forgot how many lines I have. So this one carries slag in the back. Dark purple. Good to go. Then another... We've got the steel line and the stone line. And the tools line. So very, very nearly done. You are going to haul steel. You're going to be a white truck. You are going to haul stone, which is going to be like a grey-ish truck. Stone and sort of the middle grey there. And then tools, which I think we might have fun with this time, which is this one. I think we'll go for good strong blue on that. There we go. So all the lines are set to replace. Minus 2.2 million on... Oh, that's the fuel line. That's fine. The plane's still not making money. Does anyone actually wait at the airport? No. Literally no one is waiting for a plane. Oh, hello. There's like 8 people. Okay. Never mind. Shut my mouth. Here's the real question. Excuse me. Where's the train currently? Where is that train actually? Where is the fuel train? You right there, buddy. Oh, you're there. You're still on your way. And for some reason are mostly gonna be carrying crude oil? Shouldn't be. What's this? 36 right there. Can we get more crude oil for this? I do hope so. Either way, train is on its way. Is it going full speed? 75. I guess it's going as fast as it can go with the load that it's pulling. Which is fair enough, I suppose. That is absolutely fair enough. How much are we looking at here at this point? 47. I think it's going to have a pretty impressive haul when it gets here. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how much money that thing ends up making. Look at all that money just leaving right there. That's ridiculous. So 4.79 million, 4.10 million this year thus far, minus 10 the year before. Oh, good lord. We did lose a lot of money there. But we should be okay. If we close this, we can actually have a little look at Chicago. Pretty good in these two fronts. Definitely need to start bringing some goods in. We actually have some fuel as well, which is good. So at this point, goods is the only thing that Chicago is not getting. But we'll fix that soon enough. As for the passenger train lines, pretty popular, pretty busy. Definitely something I like to see. The train is here currently hauling 60 units of fuel. So I think once that gets back to Chicago, we'll see how much money that makes. And then we might be good to go to town. Ah, there's the new tank car. So we'll see how much money that makes, and then we'll send it back to the depot. And then upgrade the tank car. We might also want to upgrade one of the... It might be worth sending one of these guys back to the depot as well, now that I think about it. So this one right here. Gonna send you to the depot. And we'll see how that goes. As for the other train, it's so far away. What is the frequency on that line? 17 minutes, good lord. Yeah, no wonder that's gonna really struggle to make any money ever right there. That is gonna be quite the struggle indeed. So hopefully that'll end up being okay. Where is it? I don't want to miss it getting into the station, that's the thing, but I also don't want to pause because I know this episode's gone on for quite a while already. Can you see my struggle here? Can you see what the problem is? There's sort of a dilemma is what I'm getting at. Sort of a dilemma indeed. All right, here it comes. What are we going to be getting for 60 units of fuel? 3.98 million. Not bad, actually. Let's just turn that around and send it back to the depot real quick. 3.98 million, not bad at all. Let me sell all of those. And let me buy the new box car. So this one. It's going to be doing food. And we're going to go dark red, dark sort of orange and brown. Then dark red, dark orange and brown. And dark red, dark orange and brown. There we go. So set train 4 on the food line. So there we go. Then these guys are going to get sold. Oh dear, what have I done there? That is... Whoa, what the... Dark red, dark orange... What? No, I just put two... Okay, what can you haul at the moment? 126. So it can hold more. It's just the pattern wasn't quite perfect, but that's fine. So the new tank car is going to be doing fuel and only fuel. And we're going to make it the same kind of red as before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do 6 and then set you to the fuel line. There we go. So that should be fine. So you're going to head out with some very red tank cars. And that should be absolutely beautiful. So looking here, that's an older model of the... Yeah, so those are just the bigger... Yeah, so that one can carry 126. This one can carry 108. That's totally fine by me. And over this way, we actually still have just loads and loads of food. Which I'm not complaining about whatsoever. Although what I might need to do is... I mean, I'm going to have to do something about the trucks in that farm line. Because they are never... We need to upgrade them. I want the faster trucks. I really do. So maybe what we do... Buy some road vehicles. This one's going to be set to do grain. So 157k, that's a lot. But this one's going to do grain, so it's going to be that color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. And this one's going to be set to do livestock. And we're going to say it's going to be sort of a green color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. We'll go into lines here. And I want to sell all the vehicles. And then I want to set all of these on the farm line. Now the farm line is going to break for a little while because of the new vehicles going out. That's just the way it's going to be. It is going to just break because there's now nothing moving on the line. So the trains over here aren't going to make that much of a profit either, but we should be all right. Now, as for the fuel line, it's still not really making much, to be honest. Which is kind of a pain, but whatever. We'll be fine. Look at that convoy moving out, though. I love seeing all the new trucks go out and do their thing. I really do. Really love seeing that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. A bit of a longer Transport Fever episode than usual. But I'm definitely keen to see how things go. Definitely keen to get more things moving from this farm over here. Where production is kind of rapidly falling because we're not moving anything right now, but it'll pick up again, don't worry. But yeah, I'm super keen to see what we can do here. Super keen to see if we can get people moving quite regularly between Arlington and all that stuff. I mean, this thing right here actually did just bring some people. So you know what? We might actually be in a situation where there are people who are occasionally going back and forth from Santa Rosa to Arlington, which is kind of super exciting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure. What have we... Oh, good lord. Yeah, I'm good. Don't need any of those. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you kind of for watching. This has been Transport Fever, part whatever it is. Part 8. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!